All right, let's talk about Oregon. So many people dream of living there, but then they see the prices and yikes. If that sounds familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dig into how you can actually find an affordable home in the Beaver State. And believe me, the answer might not be what you think. It really all boils down to this one question, doesn't it? How in the world do you find a home that you truly love, a place that just feels right, without completely destroying your budget? Well, that's the puzzle we're going to solve together today. First things first, we have to talk about something I call the Oregon price shock. It's a very real thing that happens to so many people when they start their home search. So you've got this dream, right? You're picturing the incredible nature, having a little more space to yourself, maybe a bit of a slower, calmer life. But then, bam, reality hits. You start looking at prices in Portland or Bend, and that beautiful dream just starts to feel, well, impossible. It is a classic, painful case of sticker shock. But here's the thing, and this is the good news. The story does not end there. The solution is out there, but it means you've got to start looking beyond all the hype. And here it is, the key to the whole thing. Affordable homes in Oregon are not a myth. They absolutely exist. You just have to shift your search away from those big, famous cities and start looking toward the eastern and southern parts of the state. That's where you'll find it. Not just lower prices, but honestly, a lot more room to breathe. Okay, so let's get into the specifics. It's time to pull back the curtain on some of these hidden gems. We're talking about Oregon's affordable pockets, places where your money can go so much further. Now take a look at this. This is where it gets really exciting. We've got 6 different cities here, and every single one has a median home price way under $300,000. And what's cool is that each one has its own little financial superpower. Whether it's lower utility bills or super low property taxes. Let's break these down one by one. First up, we've got Baker City. The typical home price here is right around $250,000. I mean, for Oregon, that's an absolute game changer. And the savings don't just stop when you buy the house. In Baker City, your monthly bills are going to be a lot friendlier too. We're talking utility costs that are actually lower than the national average. Next, let's head over to Klamath Falls. The median price here is just a little bit higher, around $255,000. Still, I mean, that is incredibly affordable. So what's the secret sauce in Klamath Falls? It's all about the property taxes. They're low, and that's a huge deal because it's a long-term win that keeps your yearly housing costs down, year after year after year. Moving on to Umella, with prices around $276,000. But, an affordable house is one thing. You also need to be able to make a living, right? And that's exactly why Umatilla makes our list. It's not just affordable, it's got a growing job market. There are real opportunities in big sectors like healthcare, education, and even tech. Now, let's head to La Grande. Here, you're looking at a median price of about $279,000. What makes La Grande such a solid bet is that it's a college town that brings a kind of economic stability and a really consistent, steady demand for housing, which is fantastic if you're thinking about long-term value. Now, for a name you might actually recognize, Pendleton. The typical home here will run you about $280,000. The big promise with Pendleton is its really strong overall affordability score. What that means is when you add everything up, housing, utilities, gas, all of it, it really stands out as a place where your dollar just stretches further. And last but not least, our final city is Ontario, with a median home price sitting at about $283,000. And listen to this. This is the real kicker for Ontario. It has one of the absolute lowest overall costs of living in the entire state of Oregon. Think about that. You get an affordable home and your day-to-day life costs less too. That's a powerful combo. Okay, so are you feeling a little inspired? I hope so, but hold on. Before you start packing up the moving truck, you've got to do your homework. So let's quickly run through your pre-move checklist. Look, the whole point here is to know before you go. First, if you're not a remote worker, you have to confirm the local job market is a good fit for you. Second, and this is huge, if you are remote, check that broadband quality. Seriously, it's non-negotiable. Third, do a little research into the long-term resale trends so you understand what your investment looks like. Fourth, get the full financial picture. You have to account for all the costs, insurance, taxes, utilities, everything. And finally, and maybe most importantly, just make sure the lifestyle of the town actually fits who you are and how you want to live.
When you really think about it, this whole thing comes down to a choice, a final trade-off that is completely personal to you.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. That Oregon dream isn't dead, not at all. It's just, well, it's located in different places than most people look. If what you really want is that financial breathing room, trust me, the state still has so much to offer. So that just leaves one big question for you to think about. What matters more to you? Is it the financial freedom that comes with affordability, even if it means fewer big city amenities? Or is it worth paying that premium to be close to the major hubs and job centers? You know, there's no right or wrong answer here, only the one that's right for you. Thanks so much for joining me on this tour of a more affordable Oregon.